The hidden driver of the Southwest Florida real estate market. This is Jeff Dumbarella. I'm the director of the Southwest Florida Real Estate Association and the broker of Steelbridge Realty, here to share some knowledge with you. Understanding trends. Everybody talks about trends, but what exactly really is a trend? The verb version of a trend is to have a general tendency, set of events, conditions, or opinions. The noun definition: the general or prevailing tendency or course of events. Everything that I can find is always cyclical, and it's either by design or this is just how the experiment works better. But I mean, hurricane season, economic cycles, housing cycles, demographics particularly is very cyclical based upon the events that drive them. So you really need to understand the trends to understand what a market's doing and potentially where it could go. The base driver of the Southwest Florida market is retirees. They really are a base driver and a somewhat hidden driver. If you're not working or living in a retirement-based area, you tend not to notice it. If you live in some areas of particularly, say, South Fort Myers and some of the younger neighborhoods, you really wouldn't know retirees are base drivers because everybody around you is 40 with 3 kids. But a retiree is a person who's retired from a working or professional career. In-migrating retirees spending initiates growth. When they come here, their first 2 years is very, very fruitful for our economy. They generally get some housing. I noticed they buy cars, they buy boats, they buy brand new Harleys. Sometimes they buy all of that. Furniture. The first 2 years, there's a great study from the University of Arkansas. It's an older study, but it really showed some neat effects of, especially the first couple of years, of retirees spending and how it affects the economy. New jobs are created because they're a new demand. The neat part about the demand is most of the capital they bring from outside the market. So particularly if they're not working and retired, they literally just bleed money into our economy. And then some households, they build new houses. Some of them rent, some of them purchase. All of which creates jobs and income. How do you check this? Well, the U.S. Census. It's an official enumeration of population. They've been doing it for a very long time. One particularly useful set of data is the count of live births. They have a lot of data sets, and if you've never been to the census page, you can download most anything there with the click of a button. It goes right into Excel, and you can work with it. And this is how you can project and extrapolate current and previous retiree trends. How do we know this to be valid? Through analysis, it's been determined that 62 years of age appears to be the age to trend. I have trended ages 55 all the way to ages 70 against our sales counts. 62 is really the age to look at. The simple math always sheds the most illuminated path. Okay, our market crashed in 2005 through 2007. If you go back 62 years, that's 43 through 45, World War II caused a large drop in the U.S. birth rate. Lo and behold, 62 years later, all the retirement centers in this country crashed first. When the bubble blew, it was Florida, Arizona, and Nevada, Las Vegas that blew first, and those were heavy retiree pockets, and that's what popped the bubble. Take a look at the last cycle. Here's our sales counts, and here's the live births. Charted against one another. Now bear in mind, when the market blew up, everybody pulled back, but what's neat is when the market started to tick up again, it perfectly coincides with the retirees. March of 2008 was the first time we had a year-over-year sales increase in sales counts, and that perfectly correlates with the beginning of the baby boomers. Notes on the last cycle. You really have to understand the last cycle initially formed out of growth from retirees and then turned into a full-blown leverage-induced mania from 2004 to 2006. So what do these trends project about 2016? Well, we're going to talk about that at Real Estate Roadmap 2016. It's going to be October the 20th, Tuesday, 5 to 7:30. Make sure you get there at 5. We're doing a really neat speed networking where you're going to get the opportunity to meet everybody in that room, because I know about you guys, but when I go to a networking event, I generally talk to 3 or 4 people, mainly because it takes me 20 minutes to say hi, but you'll leave these events and you wish you could have met more people and made more contacts. And speed networking, this should be a great vehicle to do that. It's at the marina at Edison Ford. And there's a link to this below this video if you have any questions. Thanks for watching. I hope this information is useful to you, and make it a great day.